Good morning. Now in this video we are going to learn a introduction to various tools and techniques used in quality management. Uh, this is the last chapter of this section, quality management, and this is also the last chapter of this whole subject. What we have learned is in industrial quality management, IQM. Okay, now we will see what is the content of this topic, what you are going to learn in this chapter. First, we are going to learn benchmarking. Benchmarking is a tool which is used by industry to improve the performance of industry. And uh, the next is quality management system, environmental management system. These are the system which is used by industry. These are the requirements that the industry has to take if they want to improve the quality. The next is quality function deployment. It is used for customer satisfaction. This is Six Sigma is another tool which is used for it ensures that there is less defect and the process is defect free, or very low defects are there, that we are going to learn. And one more tool is FMEA, failure mode effect analysis, and after that Taguchi's quality engineering. All these 6 points are there, and in this chapter at least two short notes are asked in university examination. Okay, now we will go for what is benchmarking, what is the process of benchmarking, what are the areas where this tool is applicable, and what are the factors you have to keep in mind to become a success with benchmarking, what are the advantages, disadvantages, and the conclusion drawn. If time permit, in this video we will also go for failure mode effect analysis and the 10 steps for failure mode effect analysis, and one example we are going to see, or one case study we are going to see. Let us start with benchmarking. Benchmarking in Japanese it is called as danesto, means striving for the best. Benchmarking is a systematic method by which organization can measure themselves against the best industry practice. Also, the secret of benchmarking technique is borrow, adopt, refine the best attributes for continuous growth and development. Once again, we will say this is very important definition. It is a systematic method so that organization can measure themselves against the best industry practice. Means suppose there is a sugar industry, then what are the best practices happening in sugar industry, in that practice or with that industry they can compare and borrow the best thing, adopt the best thing, and refine their previous thing so that they can achieve some good performance. Just see what are the levels at benchmarking at several levels. The perception of benchmark assessment, there is internal issues, what people think about internal management, company, or the quality improvement process. It reveals information about the company's current performance level. And then compliance benchmark assessment, it means how the company is currently performing against the published standards. Okay, these are the second level. Then third level, effectiveness of benchmark assessment. It verifies that a company complies with the requirement and has effective system in place to ensure that the requirement are being fulfilled. Okay, and the fourth step is continuous improvement benchmark assessment. It verifies that quality is an integral and permanent fact of an organization. It is very important. These at these four levels the assessment or is possible. After that, uh, these are the benchmarks guides written by Jerry Main, how to steal the best ideas around, and it is published in Fortune 1992. And these are the five things, these are the summary of that lecture. Don't go on fishing expedition, send out the peoples who will have to make changes. Means to go while if you want to do a benchmark, then you have to select a good people, those who are willing to make a transformation in a process, in a department or in a industry. Be prepared to exchange information. Then third is to avoid legal problems. Respect the confidentiality of the data what you obtain from your partners or from other industry. All these things you should consider while going for benchmarking. With the help of figure you will understand this. What is breakthrough performance? It first, what are others performance level and how did they get, you have to understand that. And after that, what is our performance levels and how do we have to compare these things, and then you have to think about benchmarking. There is a well defined procedure in benchmarking. Just see what is that procedure, how you have to obtain. First, you have to identify the need for benchmarking, then identify the function to be benchmarked. It may be marketing, design, HR practice, what are the function you want to benchmark. After that, you have to seek the superior performance for from the position company, competitive position you have to see. After that, collect the data, analyze the data for pointing the gaps in performance, process and practice. Means what is your performance, what is other industries performance, what is the gap, that you have to study after collecting the data. After that, you have to set the performance goal for improve and surpassing the best in class. Means not only you have to improve the performance of your, but also you have to surpass the competitors or the best in class. The next 7 step is implement the plan to bridge the gap and monitor the results. After the next is identify the gaps and best gap you have to ways to bridge it. Okay, and here from second plan, the second type, after identifying the function you have to develop as is model, compare as is and to be, and then this will be given a feedback to identify the gap and drive the ways to bridge it. And if the fifth step, set the performance and improving the superfasting, you have to develop to be model, and from second step you will develop as is model. What is the present situation, what you need after the benchmarking, and you have to take a decision, and that will be given feedback to implement the plan to bridge the gap between and the monitor the results. Okay, this is whole benchmarking process, and you have to draw this flow diagram while writing a short note. After that, you will see what is the possible areas where benchmarking is possible. Here these are the areas. Organization strategies, mean for inventory management, inventory control, you can apply for benchmarking tool for marketing management, for purchasing, billing and collection, purchasing practices, and providing service to different levels. You can use benchmarking tool, as well as quality improvement efforts for management of quality councils, overall equipment effectiveness, it is for maintenance. Then HR practice for acquisition of talent, training and development, compensation management. All these are the areas where you can make a benchmarking with your competitors. Or supply chain management. These are the different applications. And what care you should take in your mind to become a success in benchmarking. In benchmarking, you must have full support of your senior management, and they should actively involve with the process. Otherwise, the benchmarking is not possible. Means there should be proper management support from to do this benchmarking. Next, the for benchmarking, team and process training is very important. There is need of training for the benchmarking team and the process training. The benchmarking should be a team activity. It is not an individual activity. You have to remember this thing. And also, benchmarking is an ongoing process. Benchmarking must be organized, planned, and carefully managed. Use correctly, benchmarking can lead you to the competitive edge in today's business marketplace. Remember this thing, competitive edge. You are the not the having monopoly of the business. There are different competitors, and if you want to sustain them, you must have to do benchmarking. Okay, then what will be the advantage? The advantage, it is a systematic method by which organization measure themselves against the best industry practice. Second advantage, it promotes superior performance for providing organized frameworks through organizational learning how the best in class things can be done. Third, it helps for continuous improvements. We have seen PDCA cycle, plan, do, act, or schedule cycle, or we can say that PDCA cycle or Deming's wheel. Then this is help to improve the continuous process. Benchmarking inspires managers to compete, and benchmarking process can borrow ideas, adopt and refine them to gain competitive advantage. And what will be the disadvantage? The most resistant criticism of benchmarking comes from the ideas of copying others. Okay, benchmarking is not a peneka, it is not a strategy, nor it is intended to be a business philosophy. Some management gurus says that benchmarking is only a copying of other things, and it is not having their own contribution. But some others identify that it is a time taking technique, it takes lots of time. Then what is our conclusion about this benchmarking? First, nowadays there are more than 16% companies in the world uses this technique for fixing their target and continuous improvement. You are going to become a quality engineer, so that if in the world, if more than 60% industries are using this tool, at least you should aware about the ABC of this tool. What is this tool? What is importance? What is the process? What are advantages? What are limitations? You should know about this tool. To be effective, it must be used properly. If it breaks down, there should be waste of money, time, energy, and sometimes moral too. That's why it should be used effectively, or it should be scheduled properly. If the process owners and manager feel threatened or don't accept and act on the findings. Finally, benchmarking is not a substitute for innovation. However, it is a source of ideas from outside the organization. I think you understood at least something about benchmarking. Once again, we have what we have studied. We have studied the definition of benchmarking, the process of benchmarking, what are the areas of benchmarking. We have studied the factors to keep in mind to be successful in benchmarking, what are the advantages and disadvantages, and lastly we have seen conclusion about benchmarking. Thank you.